Hey, Guy Gronewald here, doing a Facebook Live in one of the fur malls in Jinji. It may seem a little bit empty today and people are kind of bored, whatever, but they're actually doing some business. You can see the parka styles, a lot of collars. Don't necessarily see a lot of wild fur here, but there is maybe a little bit more than what you'd actually think. There's some dyed raccoon right back there on the collars. This building is like about a mile, about a kilometer long, which is about a little over a half mile, and then there's two of them, and it's like 4 stories tall, all filled with fur. Oh, here you can see a lot of collars. They'll let me show you. They're mostly fox, it looks like. Yeah, the trip has been pretty good so far. Not doing a ton of business, but there's definitely a lot of people using raccoon this year. Parka style, you see in these stores is, very popular. Here's one dyed crazy color. Obviously that's a fox, so there's raccoon right there. Very nice on a sheared men's garment there. Just keep going here. Try and show you as much as I can, as quickly as possible. Some crazy colors. There's quite a few mink there. A lot of fox trims. As you can see, the trimming is definitely the style, and it's what's really interesting about these stores is that you can almost not find the conventional mink coat. There's a store closed up. Well, maybe I'll go back over here just to kind of show you how none of these stores have any traditional mink coats. I mean, this is just real typical store here. A bunch of leather coats, but a bunch of fur collars back there. There is actually a couple of. Can I come in? Is that all right? A couple of mink coats back here, but even those. Oh yeah, these are basically traditional mink coats. They're actually sheared. Yeah, those are sheared. So those aren't really. There's kind of a traditional short stroller, but you would have come here 5 years ago. Probably about 95% of these garments would have been in these stores would have been mink coats. So it's really nice to see. We've seen a few raccoons already, and then what we don't see is when we're just walking outside these stores, all the linings. Almost 75% of these garments are lined with. Maybe not 75%. 75% of the parkas that you see, boy, there's a whole bunch of parkas there, are lined with fur. It's very popular to be lined. Probably all of those are lined. Somebody's probably going to get mad at me as I video some of them if they've got some, like styles they don't want everybody seeing. They might get mad at me when I go in these stores, but for the most part, they're okay with it. Another typical store. There's a red fox. She wasn't super happy, I don't think. Let's walk down here a little farther. Business is kind of good on these. Well, actually, business is quite good on these parkas. The only problem is they don't sell them for very much money. Some of the really nice parkas here go for up to $1,000, but all the way down to $100. And I've been walking here for I don't know. Here's another style, and that, lo and behold, look what we've got for a trim is raccoon. I mean, 5 years ago you just would not have seen that. You never would see a raccoon used as trimming like you're seeing it now, just kind of walking down and being able to see it. But this is how the retailers will come in these stores, and maybe they only buy 5 pieces. Maybe they buy 500 pieces. Maybe they go to 10 different stores. But look at how many parkas there are. It's so popular. Maybe they'll go to 10 different stores and pick out what they want for their retail store, wherever in China, and they pack them up, and they're shipped back separately from them. Look what we've got here. Little raccoon. She wants me to come in here. I'm going to bring my camera. Although there's no fur, so. Oh yeah, A little bit of trim here. Thought I saw, yep, we got raccoon. This nice lady invited us in. Oh, look at this, beautiful. All raccoons here, that's great. Love to see that. And then this is a real typical, you see how it's lined. It's lined with rabbit. Oops. It's lined with rabbit, but the rabbit is sort of made to look like muskrat belly. So, yeah, it's all lined. The hood is all lined. How much is this coat? How much? 200? 200 RMB. Should we find out how much this one costs? It'd be kind of nice to know. It'd be interesting for everybody back home. There's some more. Oh, look at that. There's a raccoon coat right there. Beautiful. He's going to show me what it... Oh, wow. 2,000. So that one is about $300. So this coat right here is $300. Lined in rabbit and trimmed in raccoon. This looks like one raccoon was used. Most of these were one raccoon. They use a small size raccoon. You can see that's what the raccoon looked at. That was the belly. They split it on the back, and right there's the back of the raccoon. Yeah, this is dyed black rabbit. That was only $1,500, so that one's about $210. Trim's not quite as nice on that one. Here's a dyed trim on this one. I got 4 people watching me. Can you believe that? In the United States at 1:15 in the morning. There's the liners. All right, well, Sishi, thank you. Look, go to a few more, but that was certainly nice to see. But this is a huge store, and you got 5% of the coats have raccoon trim on it. That's really nice to see. Here's another store. Oh man, look at all these parkas. But I don't know if you guys can see, the traditional mink coat is just, oh, look at this. Go in the store. Really nice store here. We got raccoon trims here. Love to see that. If you guys want to fire me any questions here, be fine. All right, yeah, look at this. More raccoon here. All these are raccoon. Another raccoon there. Some Chinese raccoon. That's what Chinese raccoon looks like. Looks a little bit like a coyote. A little bit softer. It's all Chinese raccoon. This is white Chinese raccoon here. It's either white Chinese raccoon or bleached Chinese raccoon. More American raccoon coats. Boy, pretty impressed how many American raccoon coats we're seeing. What I'm not showing you guys is the liners. A lot of rabbit liners. And they trying to keep the cost low. You see what these coats sell for, $200. Some of them a little bit more, some of them a little bit less. So they're probably telling me a little bit higher because they think I'm a silly American. Don't know what I'm doing. Let's see what we got here. I think that was just the same store, just a different door I was in. All right, we'll keep walking here. We'll see what else we can see. But anyway, it looks great for trimming articles. The reason you don't see a lot of coyotes here, and everybody's probably like, wow, they should be the hottest thing, is because they're going to be on a higher end coat than what these stores are showing. To get coyote on your coat, you've got to be at a different price point basically, and you're just not going to see it in a place like this. So, all right, well, I think that's probably about it for here. We saw plenty, and I was just going random. I didn't know which stores I was going to go in. We saw quite a few raccoon trims, and that's about all for today. We'll bring you some stuff tomorrow. And if you guys have any questions for me while I'm over here, please feel free to ask. I'll answer anything you want me to. The models the mannequins are a little bit unattractive here in China. I will say that. They don't really do much for the coats here. Anyway, just Facebook book me the questions on Messenger or whatever, and tomorrow when I do a video or whenever, I'll try to answer those questions. Well, thank you very much.